Some people think LinkedIn is just an online resume, but in reality, it is so much more than that. From the time it was first launched to what it is now, LinkedIn has evolved in a way that allows you to put in so much more content that you cannot put in a resume. So in the short video, we're going to take a look at 3 things. Number 1, LinkedIn as an online resume. Number 2, LinkedIn as a repository of online content. And 3, LinkedIn as a networking tool. And it is my hope that when you watch the short video, you're going to be using LinkedIn not only for your job search, but also to build your career in the future. Let's begin with using LinkedIn as an online resume. Now, one of the first things that people will notice about your LinkedIn profile is your profile photo. And the question is your profile photo professional? Now, when we say a professional profile photo, normally it would mean you're wearing something that you would be proud to wear in an interview. It also would mean that you have a clear background. There's not a lot of clutter in the background. And hopefully you have a smile that is warm and inviting. Now, here are some examples of professional photos. And here are some examples of photos that are not at all professional and are better used in social media like Facebook or Instagram. The next thing that we're going to take a look at is the banner. And the banner is really just a graphic, but the purpose of the banner is to reveal more of who you are. Do you have special training that other people might not have attended? Do you have certifications that maybe you have accumulated along the way? Is there a way for you to show a different side of you while still remaining professional? So pretty much the possibilities are endless. The point to consider is that you should make use of the banner to really give people an idea of who you are as a professional. Here is one section that you should never take for granted: the About section. The About section really just lets you type anything that you want. And ideally, you would want to make good use of this section. Talk about the job that you want to have. You can talk about what are the experiences, maybe from your internship, that make you more prepared for this particular role that you're eyeing. Talk about the things that you're good at. Maybe you can talk about your Clifton strengths, your MBTI profile, or anything that gives recruiters a sense of who you are as a professional. Now, why is this important? Well, certain people do keyword searches. So for example, if you are looking for a job as a marketing associate, and you've never worked as a marketing associate because you're a fresh graduate, then somewhere in the About section, talk about wanting to get the role of a marketing associate. Talk about something from your internship that prepares you for the job of being a marketing associate. Now, notice how the words marketing and associate came up a lot of times. So if someone is going to do a keyword search and that word appeared several times in the About section, chances are greater that you are going to be discovered when someone does a keyword search. If you won special awards in school, or if you were part of a project that made some sort of an impact, this is also a good place for you to write about that, because it gives people an idea of who you are outside of academics. Under the experience section, be sure to talk about your internship or any summer job, part-time job, or maybe even a role that you had to play in the family business. And of course, under education, be sure to talk about your university, talk about your course, talk about what are some of your experiences. Now let's talk about using LinkedIn as a repository for online content. Do you have a blog? Do you have a podcast? Do you have a YouTube channel? Or have you appeared somewhere on the internet that you can be proud of? If you answered yes to those questions, this is something that you can highlight in your LinkedIn profile. And you can highlight a lot of online content. Again, this gives people a rare peek at who you are as a person outside of school. Finally, let's talk about using LinkedIn as a networking tool. And there are 4 things that we're going to take a look at. The first thing that you might want to do is to follow companies that you are interested in. That way you get to see job postings or maybe posts from the executives of the company talk about some of the things that the company is really passionate about. And so if you ever get to an interview with that company, you can always quote whatever it is that you stumbled upon when you read the post from that particular company. The second thing that you would probably want to do is to join special groups on LinkedIn. Definitely you want to be a part of the group of the industry that you're getting into. Or maybe there's a group specifically for people with a certain profession. And when you join these groups and you get updated on the latest trends that are happening, either in the role that you're interested in or the industry that you want to be a part of. The third thing that you may want to do is to connect with people. Who are the movers and shakers in the industry that you want to be a part of? Who are the authority figures? Who are the people who are very credible? And LinkedIn actually allows you to either connect with them or to follow them if they are a public figure with many, many followers. That way, your mind will be fed with a lot of new ideas from the experts. And the fourth thing that you definitely must do is to look for job postings on LinkedIn. Now, I know that you are familiar with JobStreet, and JobStreet is a place where you can post your resume. But did you know that for every posting that appears on JobStreet, chances are they're going to get something like 200 or 300 applicants, and it's going to be very difficult for you to compete in that arena. Now, if you respond to a job ad placed on LinkedIn, chances are there are fewer people who are using LinkedIn to apply to jobs, and your chances of getting noticed right away would be a lot greater. The second thing that I wanted to share with you is that there is such a thing as a recruiter seat on LinkedIn. Now, what is that? Companies pay a lot of money just to get special privileges on accessing LinkedIn. Someone who has a recruiter seat, for example, can do a very detailed, very targeted keyword search on any applicant. And they can also message anyone on the planet, even if they're not connected on LinkedIn. And so if you have a very compelling profile on LinkedIn with a lot of the keywords that should appear in there, chances are greater that a recruiter is going to contact you, even if you did not apply for that job.